Hello sweethearts, welcome back to my channel. In today's video that's gonna be another foundation like complexion review, like who am I? But I thought when I review the Nabla foundation, and if you want to see that review I will leave it up here in the corner because that was me reviewing the Nabla, like the tools and the foundation and the concealer and the powder. And today I am gonna review the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop line. I also have the brush. And I'm gonna review the foundation, the concealer, the loose powder and the foundation brush. And I'm gonna review those for you and let you know how I feel about them. Because when I reviewed the Nabla ones, I said that I usually do not get to try things either early. I don't get sent complexion products as PR because it's not something that I'm super interested in, and I don't buy a lot of complexion products either. And it makes sense for me to not get it in PR because brands, you know, when they send PR to people, they see like what is the branding of this like channel, what is the branding of this creator, like what do they usually do videos about, and I want to be more into complexion because I do get a lot of questions about complexion. But when it comes to complexion, I don't really know what to say. So I want to get more into reviewing the stuff that I actually have to review for you that are somewhat relevant, because this product is somewhat new, at least in Sweden. This is really new, and I wanted to give my thought on it because I feel like it did get a lot of hype when it came. I did receive all of these things as a PR gift from NYX here in Sweden. I went to an event held by NYX. It was the Can't Stop Won't Stop event, and I got foundation and concealer and powder matched to my skin. I have the foundation in vanilla. I will say this is a light shade, not one of the lightest, but it is a light shade and has a neutral undertone. I will say that this foundation shade is a smidgen too light for me. Just a smidgen too light for me. I have, vanilla. And then I have the concealer in, I think it's fair, yeah, because I said I want something that's really light because I like brightening up my face. I think this is the second to lightest, and this is, oh, you can see there's a big difference. See if I can show you. There's a big difference in the darkness or the depth in these two. You can see one is way darker than the other one. But this one I would probably have needed like one shade darker. I am today mixing this with the Born This Way by Too Faced, and I have mine in warm nude. This is a summer shade for me, but this foundation on its own is normally a bit too dewy for me, and I will say, this is gonna be my review of this foundation. This foundation is too matte for me. This is a full coverage ultra matte foundation. This has a great, like, it holds up on my skin really good, but it holds up on my skin just as good if I mix it with a dewier foundation. I don't know if this is meant like a dewy foundation, or is it just like, this is more of a dewier foundation. And if I mix these two, I get more of a natural finish, because it's what I have on my skin today. Let me see if I can come up a bit. It's what I have on my skin today. I did film this eye look, by the way. It should already be up, and I haven't set it with powder. I also am wearing this concealer. I don't like this foundation on its own. It's okay for filming, but I don't wear makeup for filming. I wear makeup, to have fun with makeup, and it's too matte for me. It's too full coverage for me. This is more of a medium coverage, the Born This Way. So that's my mixing foundation when something is too full coverage, too matte, too. I mix it with like one pump of each. So that's how I do. I mix one pump of this and one pump of that. I have tried using this with an hydration, like hydrating primer. I've tried using this with this brush, which is a really good brush, not with this foundation though. This foundation works best, according to me, with a sponge because it's so thick. It needs a bit of the moisture from the sponge. It also dries pretty fast, so if you are a person who knows that you are buffing your foundation for a really long time, I would say go in with a little at a time. Otherwise there is a risk that it will dry before you get to that part of the face. It dries very fast. It dries down completely. It is like you cannot feel it when you have it on your skin. It's transfer proof. But I've used it with a pore filling primer, a hydrating primer. I've even used this with a primer oil. Who am I to try to make this foundation look less, because it's so full coverage and so matte on me, and I have a very normal skin. I do not have dry skin, I do not have oily skin. It looks cakey on me. And it's so thick that it settles into lines, and it's just not the kind of look I want when you're like in my like I'm 35. I don't want to look cakey, because when you look cakey, when you have a slightly more mature like skin, it emphasizes every little mini wrinkle you did not know you had. So you need something that's more of a semi-matte, because you don't want something that's too slippery slightly either, because then it's just going to slide into every crook and nanny in your skin and you're gonna look sad. So it's like you want the middle ground. At least for me, I want the middle ground. I can wear this on its own. It just doesn't look that good on me. I need to mix this. I will say though that if you have a very oily skin, you're probably gonna like this. I would say if you have a very oily skin and if you have problems of foundations slipping off you, I think that you might like this, because I will say that when I mixed this with an oil primer, it looked really nice on my skin. It's just that the wear went down a bit. But I think that if you have oily skin, you might actually like this. I'm gonna keep my review on this one very short. This is the Can't Stop Won't Stop setting powder in loose. I have mine in medium because I had so many loose powders in like translucent and light that I'm using under my eyes. So I got one in medium that I can use all over my face, because it's too dark to use under my eyes. Together with this concealer, it's not good. I even did that once on my channel. It doesn't work, but it works really good around my skin. This is very finely milled. It's very nice and smooth, and I will say that I do recommend this as a powder. I think this is a really nice powder. I think it's good. I did not. It doesn't have any. Yeah, I didn't feel like it had any flashback, and I don't see any ingredients, any silica in here, so maybe this is, because I asked the people at NYX if this was if you get flashback from this, and they said no, and I didn't have any problems with flashback either, because I usually take my pictures afterwards with flash, and I didn't see any problems with this powder. So if you're looking for an affordable nice powder to use either under your eyes, it also comes in a darker shade and a lighter shade. I do recommend this one. I think that this one is really nice. I don't know how much is in this. It has 6 grams of product. Is that much? Is that little? Wait, let me check. I'm just gonna look at this veil powder. This is 10.5 grams, the Hourglass, so that's a bit more. And the Laura Mercier has, wow, does that have 29 grams? That's sick. That's a lot. Wow, that is a lot. I'm actually very impressed. Very impressed by that. The Infinity powder is 9 grams. So it's a bit more than the Infinity powder by Linda Hallberg. So I would say that it's not super a lot. That's not a word. What are you doing, Angie? But it's also not scaringly little. Am I making up stuff here? I could be making up stuff. So I think that this is nice. The concealer, I like this concealer when I don't use it with this foundation. This concealer is also kind of drying, kind of cakey. I have to be very careful to not use too much, but I do think that this concealer has very nice coverage. I like it a lot when I use it with a sponge. I don't like it as much when I use it with a brush. I have been starting to use concealers with brushes lately, and I've actually been kind of enjoying it, but not so much with this one. The Nabla concealer, I prefer the brush. With this one, I prefer a sponge, and I try to use as little as possible, and I don't like using these two together. These two together becomes too cakey. This one together with another foundation that I like more, or like today when I mixed it with this one, works really nice. So I will say that I think that this concealer is, and the powder are the best ones here. The foundation, for me, with a normal, more mature skin, I need to finicky the foundation a bit to make it work. I also think the foundation brush is really nice. I don't know why they released, it's very soft and it's very dense and it's a bit smaller, which is something that I like with a foundation brush. I do prefer the Nabla one though, the one that I reviewed in the video that I left up here more. It's more flimsy and gives more, I have to work more with it, but it gives a more airbrushed feeling and it keeps the coverage a bit more. I feel like this one needs a sponge though, so I don't really know why these two came in the same release. I don't think that these two go together. Maybe that's what I wanted to say. think the concealer is really good though. First, like all the times that I used the concealer when I didn't like it, it was together with this foundation before I started mixing this foundation with other foundations. But as soon as I started mixing it with other foundations and using this concealer, I liked the concealer. And when I started using less concealer, because that is the main thing with this, I need to use less. It's full coverage, it does dry down, I don't have to use a lot of powder, and you really shouldn't use a lot of powder with this either because it is, as the foundation, it is a bit drying, but as a concealer I don't mind it too much because it means that I need to use less powder, and that is a good thing for me. I feel like I'd rather have a concealer that dries down and I have to use less powder than a concealer that doesn't dry down and I have to use a lot of powder that actually turns out to be more leather skin than the opposite, if that makes any sense. So to sum this up, like, what do I think? I like the foundation brush, but not with this foundation. I think it's okay. It's not meant for me. It's meant for someone who is younger. It's perfect if you are living in a humid and warm climate, or if you have very oily skin. I think that you would like this. If you have normal skin, if you have dry skin, if you live in Sweden like me and you want to use this during the winter time, I don't think that this will be the foundation for you, to be honest. I like this one though. I like this one and I'm gonna use it more, and I think that this is a nice concealer, just not together with this one. And the powder, I think the powder is really nice, especially all over your face. I do that sometimes. I don't set my face unless I know I'm gonna use the makeup, have it on my face and need it to look good for longer than 10 hours. If I'm gonna have it on for a real full day and I want the makeup to look good at the end as well, not just like after 10 hours I'll come home and I can take it off and be in the couch. More like after 10 hours I'm going to dinner and I still need to look good. I will set my whole face with some powder, and I think that this one has been working really good for that. And I think that was everything. Please let me know how you feel about these foundation review, like complexion review things. There are definitely more things that I can talk about complexion wise if you want to, because I do have opinions on that. For me, complexion has never been as like exciting and fun as like the more color makeup, but yeah, I could totally like give you more complexion based things if you want that. And also on how I do, because I have been doing more like full faces, like get ready with me full faces. If you want to see like a bronze blush highlight routine, I could do that. Or if you, I don't know, let me know if there's anything more like complexion-esque that you would like to see. I am open for suggestions, and if I get any more fun complexion products, either if I get them sent to me or if I buy them myself, I'll make sure to review them, because I do think that it is important to review stuff, because we are all different, and if you have the same skin type as me, or if you have any of the other skin types that I've described here, maybe this was helpful for you, and I do hope so. Because NYX is also a very readily available brand. It is available pretty much globally, and it's also like cruelty-free, and it's pretty affordable. So I hope that this review was somewhat helpful for you. I really do. And yeah, this look should already be up as well, and I will leave that down below in case you're interested in checking it out. Thank you so much for being here. You see, it's turning dark behind me. It's actually Friday night and my fiance is out on like a work dinner, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna put my dirty hair up in a ponytail, I'm gonna film, and I have done that. Now I'm gonna sit in the couch and I'm gonna watch another episode of Outlander. It's a lot of sex. I was watching it the other day and my fiance was like, there's a lot of moaning going around. That will be everything for this video. I hope I will see you in my next one. I do upload 5 videos a week, so there's either gonna be a video tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, and I will see you then. Bye!